Is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel again. Not expecting to do a second match, but here we are nonetheless. It's gonna be myself casting Oblivion Eclipse versus IES Paragon for the doubleheader tonight for the IEL League, and this should be a good one. Both these teams, I believe, on a victory in their first week. I did actually go back and check the scores on this one, and I do believe that's accurate. If that's wrong, let me know, but from what I gathered, that is correct, and we'll see, what these teams have in store. Both of them, haven't lost yet, but I do believe we have some substitutions coming in, for the side of Paragon, so we'll see if that ends up coming to play, but we'll look at the main roster for Oblivion here. It's going to be Sire, and, perfect me. If I'm wrong on this, I'm sorry, but Zenith Sire? Zenith Seer? I'm going to call him Zenith, probably, for short. And then I believe Spooch, and then I believe Dank is coming in for Zero, and then another substitution on the other side, I believe. I'll just list off the roster that's here, since this is going to be wrong here. It's going to be Cammy, Salty, Giblets, I believe, substituting in it, and then Avitas as well. So not exactly the starting roster for either of these teams. Maybe some late night games. Got these guys, not exactly in the mood to play COD. Maybe it's a little late, and appreciate you, Graf, as well. For the raid, my guy, how did your cast go? I'm sure it went amazing, and next time, hopefully, Kryptonite doesn't time you out in the chat for saying nothing. But we'll take a quick look at the rundown of the maps in this one. I mean, pretty standard map set in this one. You do have a Sake hardpoint, map number 4. We do need to see that one, but pretty vanilla. Everything else, we got a double den, raid S&D, Scar hardpoint to start off. This is very similar to the maps that we had in our previous series. If you guys caught that one on my channel as well, the first couple of maps in particular. So maybe a little bit of differentiation in this one. We'll see if the results are going to be the same. Where, Oblivion Void, not last series, took care of business. We'll see if Eclipse is going to be doing the same thing. I feel like this match, though, is going to be a little bit more decisive, one way or the other. I feel like Paragon going to come to play, but I feel like it's going to be the battle of the substitutes, right? I mean, neither of these teams at full strength with their full roster here, so that's going to be really a determining factor for me, which substitutes step up to the plate in this one. Oh, that was you, Graf? Well, fuck you. That was uncalled for, and I did not appreciate that. You timed me out for 1 second. Wow, that's just mean. That's just unnecessary. You know what? No, that's fine. I actually don't even care. If it was Kryptonite, I would have been mad. I thought it was him. That's why I was annoyed earlier. I say it like I care. On the flip side, we're going to be into the game, and enough talking about stuff that doesn't really matter here. It's going to be Oblivion versus the Paragon. My mind is slowly lost control tonight, guys. I don't know. Kind of started off in a interesting place, and now I'm even in a more interesting one here. So, off the break, though, Eclipse on the good side of the spawns, looking to try and hold them and get a decent chunk of change for their efforts here, but Cammy going to be spawning out, looking to try and make a play happen. The rogue nade is going to hit, and that'll force the kill. Splits are going to be occurring, though, so the pinch is going to be on in here in a moment. Sire trying to stay down on the hill, and, so far so good if you're Eclipse. You survived the flip, you've gotten a decent chunk of change of time on P1. It looks like you're potentially poised to lock down this P2 as well. Cammy looking to make a route happen, but it might not be good enough in this situation. Gonna get spammed through the wall if he's not careful. Sub at this range. Nade's gonna be off the mark, and, well, shouldn't be falling here in a moment, but actually has some cover fire from his teammates. So, despite all that, it will be Paragon breaking the hill for the moment here. You still have to worry about Spooch, and, well, he'll clean it up. So I say that it was short-lived. You only got a couple of seconds, and Eclipse doing their thing off the opening break. I will say Eclipse more of their main roster probably here than the side of Paragon. So maybe not the full-strength Paragon match that you would have hoped for, and so far it seems to have made the difference. Nobody really having a great start for Paragon other than Avitas here with the 7 kills, make it 8 now with that nade. But it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, and that is a good way to finish the hill right there. That is a clean 4 dead for the Paragon here, and now a chance for them to soak a much needed 20-second cushion of scrap time here to get themselves right back into the game. And we'll see who's going to be rotating first toward new. That'll be Eclipse off the break here, but I feel like this is the hill where I see teams all the time where they'll rotate early, and it's such a hard hill to rotate early too, because you need to control everything on the rotation. You can get broke from literally anywhere. Playing obviously especially, but both sides taking deep routes. And now a chance for, Eclipse with this early rotation to cash in on it, and they will deal with the first wave. How is their approach going to be on the second, and well, so far so good. Just got to worry about Avitus in your window. He's having himself a great start to this map, but it might not be enough in the end. I've seen players drop close to 50 kills for the L on this map in particular, especially with them ARs. They can be deadly, but if you're not pushing up toward the map, if you're not getting involved with your teammates, it doesn't matter. It's been all purple on this plain hill, similar to how that P1 turned out. Sire, a little off angle, not able to cash in on that kill, but hopefully Spooch able to find something here. Actually doesn't win that gunfight, so now a chance for Paragon after getting a couple of those kills to push through toward New. And this is going to be big gunfights. Look at how far away the side of Eclipse are spawning here. It's just going to be Dank to solidify spawns, and Salty dealing with him like it's nothing. Great time to break it, but you got to be worried about the flip in the back. Nobody blocking for Paragon. The spawn is going to happen right on top of them. And that is horrible timing, to be honest. I mean, you got the kills right when the hill pop, but nobody is in the time. Nobody's in the back, and that just allows Eclipse to just stabilize for free. They're still not out of the woodwork yet, though. You got Salty encroaching on your territory, and he is going to put his mark on it, pissing all over the hill, gets the double, gets the break. And Paragon now with a chance to soak a decent chunk of change here. I mean, this is quite a bit of time if you're able to lock down the remainder of it, similar to how they did the ending of that P2. They can get themselves right back within striking distance here. 20 seconds left. It looks like Eclipse are going to set up here. They got Sire playing exits. I do like seeing teams maybe hit the hill maybe one more time if they have somebody as far back as Spooches to try and anchor. You know, just to, you know, get a little contest time in. I feel like that's probably a little more clean on how you can play that, but I don't hate trying to funnel them in either, because they're going to be flooding out, and oh no, say it ain't so. Say we don't have a crash on map 1 here. We just crossed the 100-point threshold. I think he crashed right before the 100-point threshold was reached. I'm not sure if he's able to get back in time. Hopefully we just play on, and he's able to reconnect here. Because I think rulebook wise, that's probably a replay, since he did crash right before reaching 100 points. But I really don't want to replay this map. It's already pretty late as it is, and I'm sure the players don't want to do that either. Hopefully he's able to get back into the game, but Paragon, I mean, while he's gone, you might as well capitalize as much as you can on his absence here. They'll break the hill, and they'll get the last 20 or so. Just need to win a couple more gunfights to do so. And I mean, the game hasn't ended yet, so I'm assuming that they're just going to keep playing on, and hopefully they can reconnect here. Dank apparently doesn't need his teammates, so he'll just do it himself. Gets the 2 on old. But it's still going to be an uphill battle. I mean, a 3v4, especially trying to get out of this spawn trap back green, can be a nightmare, even with 4 players up, but having 3 is going to make it even more difficult. Nice shots from Sire, though, on the plane there, and it forces a team kill toward mid-map. Nade is going to be good. I mean, Eclipse, it's like they haven't even missed their teammates' presence, playing maybe better with the man down. They'll get the break on P1, almost the turn, not quite the burn there. Spooch trying to make things a mess, but unable to get that conversion, and it's been quite a while now, and still, yeah, Fourth has not joined back, so curious how long it's going to take if he is able to reconnect here, if that's going to end up impacting the overall score or not here. It's Paragon taking the lead on P1 now. It's been very close, and there's the Fourth returning. Zenith has rejoined us. Wasn't gone too long, honestly, only a couple minutes, so not the worst, you know, timing on the crash. I've seen way longer, but good to be back in the lobby. Let's go on with the Zenith cam for a moment. Let's see what he's doing off the reset here. Probably not too happy about that happening, but hey, it's Call of Duty. At the end of the day, stuff happens. Shit breaks. He's able to flip the spawns if he's able to get this kill in the back here, and he will, doubling up as well, so not only gets those kills, he's going to be pushing out as well, and he's not really blocking. He's going to wrap back to try and deal with the spawners, but you got Spooch for that, watching the OE on the flip side, making sure that they're not dealing with the pressure from the others, and Paragon now back in the blend. It's going to be a, well, Salty throwing a Kobe at your teammate's forehead for the direct impact kill with the frag grenade. I think I've seen, I don't know if I've seen that all year. I thought I'd seen it all. That's a new one for me. It's been a minute since I've seen that. Usually it's a Semtex grenade you stick him with and it explodes, but pouncing him with a, with the 1 HP grenade is new on my list there. Is Avitus, nice little double up on the tail end of this hill, and it will go yellow, and Paragon still with the lead, so despite Zenith being back, it has still been a very back and forth game regardless. We'll see who was able to come out on top of this one. A huge 1v1 down toward mid-map. Sire lets number 8 slip out right on by, and Cammy behind him as well, so caught with your pants down. It's gonna pay off for you. Dank unable to get the second one here, and despite, you know, maybe a rough map from a couple of different players here, it has been a very, very close game. Now the plane hill is on. You gotta try and approach this break from both angles, and with that spawn out, you got number 6, the only one left on this side. He'll get cleaned up, and now Eclipse, you flip the spawns, and with 30 left to go, it's a good spot for you to be in. Down but not out here. Spooch gonna chow, low HP. Didn't love that. Could have probably waited a little bit longer. Sire toward mid-map looking to get involved. He gets a double kill, but he lost his roster on the flip side. Is it I was trying to look at this. Is it Jablets or Jablets? Jablets? I think it's Jablets. I don't know. Just for future reference, if you guys, you know, want your games casted and, you know, you want your name pronounced correctly, it's much more helpful if, you have a normal name with, like, no weird characters or letters and stuff like that. I've seen some crazy names, and I usually just, shorten them, hyphenate them. I'm gonna call him Jab. Calling you Jab the rest of the game. Hope that's okay. Jab, having a poor one right here. Double negative. All that to just, you know, shit on you. It is what it is, you know. Hey. Having a poor performance here, but it hasn't costed you too far. If he's able to get involved, to get some kills down the tail end, this could still be Paragon's map to lose. I mean, you did have that 2-minute or so cushion where Zenith wasn't involved, and you weren't really able to capitalize too much on it, but it seems like ever since he's come, you know, reconnected to the lobby, it's been pretty back and forth, so sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles here. Jab's patrolling top mid. It's going to be Dank, though, for the double up on Old, looking for the third. Slides behind the table, reload not enough. Cammy will get the last little bit of time, but it's going to be a foot race now toward new. Paragon have a long ways to go, and a lot of gunfights they're going to have to win here. Dank with the first here. And the second as well, getting flanked from number 5. Cammy finally gets that trade, but great job from Dank in the markets, able to shut down the initial approach. And Salty's toward top green, though. He's being annoying little thorn that they're going to have to clear out here eventually, and he is just laying in wait. Allows his teammates to push up, and they're going to get the 3 dead, and potential now for Paragon to push through and get the spawn flip, but it's going to be Salty now, last alive to deal with that. Great hold from Eclipse on this P5, and neither team can win it here, and I feel like every time I see this map of Scar, it comes down to the P2, and we might be seeing another one here. The third P2 is everything. Oh, and with that 3 dead, we might not even need to see a P2 here. If Paragon can get a couple of scrap seconds here, they could really hold it down on P1 and hold them all the way in the back, but look who got out. It's going to be Spooch, playing for your spawns, playing for your map 1 life here. He's going to be chowing Old. I'm not sure if I love this route coming through, especially with a sub on the plane heady here. He is able to get that straggler toward Old, but nobody on the hill currently. Nobody cutting the map except for Sire, and he finds a double. Good stuff from him. He's able to connect on that and cash in on that rotation. A little messy. Not exactly the most preferred way to break, but they get it done. Now, you can't win it here if you're Eclipse, but you're just trying to get as much time as you can heading into P2, and most importantly, you gotta try and keep them in this deadly P5 trap, like I was talking about. Good cleanup from Zenith there, but job's not finished. Still, more time to collect here. Zenith watching the OE, gets the first one here. Dank in the hill, getting watched over from his teammates, and now Paragon, I mean, in a sticky situation, do you go for this OE yet again, or do you try and break out through Motel? And it looks like Motel is gonna be their choice, but they're like rats in a maze at the moment. They need to try and get the trades going. They're tunnel visioning a little bit toward Old here. Salty trying to get the trade. The pistol is out from Dank, and he finds another one here. It's just going to be Cammy on new. He's cleaned up, and now a chance for Eclipse to close it on out. They get a couple of more gunfight wins. This is your map to lose now, but the trade's just not going your way. If you're Paragon, Salty with a nice double. As I say that to make things more mixy, but 10 seconds now for Eclipse to close. Cammy, naded in the hill. Sire, low HP, waiting for the streak to come down. Dank with the 39 kill margin. 1 minute 43 in the hill, looking to rain fire from the sky and guarantee map number 1 going your way. It's just gonna be Avitas, and he'll get cleaned up as well. Still incredibly close here. You could still hit Old and try and get this done. Dank with the first one. Spooch on the hill, chowing on out. Gets 1, gets 2 with the help of Dank. Double assist coming through. And it will be Oblivion taking the first map. And despite, you know, the lag out coming through, IES Paragon were just not able to capitalize enough on that situation. You would have liked to see them, you know, maybe get at least a hill or 2 under their belt, but just it was pretty back and forth during that time, and Oblivion, I mean, just do a better job capitalizing on that. They'll take map number 1. It wasn't comfortable by any means, but a map win is a map win. You'll take it, especially with that DC. I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about that. And we'll see what ends up happening in map 2 here. I mean, that was a pretty close end to that first one there, and, you know, not exactly an ideal situation. If you're Paragon, the fact that you weren't able to close that one out, even with the 3v4 disadvantage, you know, I feel like that's a pretty telling sign. So we're going to be heading to that map number 2. It's going to be raid here, so plenty of chances to come back, but good eyesight of Eclipse there to get the job done, despite tech issues. So we're going to send it to a quick break. We'll come back with that map number 2 here in just a second. And I promised it would be a quick break. That was a incredibly quick break there. They set up the rules as fast as they possibly could, I'm sure. It's Oblivion with the first map under their belt. 1-0 up. Avitus, the only one toward to be at the moment. He's going for a little swim. Sire should have seen him, though. Actually, no, doesn't see Avitus in the water. You could definitely make a play now. Pop goes the Weasel. I see you there. 2v2, though. Trades are on through. It's Dank. Who else but Dank toward mid steps to get another one. And I leave Salty in the 1v2. Gonna have to go for the defuse as well. Decent amount of time, but you're running out of it. It goes faster than you think. Gets the first one, though. Absolutely guns Dank, too. Now Zenith in the 1v1, and you're probably not reading this repositioning either. You're probably thinking he's toward bedroom, and Zenith, he gets out of dodge. Just needs to play the timer. We saw this in the previous match as well. All you gotta do is play the timer. With that glass break, you know he's not on the bomb. You'll go for a check. You get gunned. Doesn't matter. You get the round. And it'll be Eclipse getting the first one on the board here after a pretty back and forth round there. And, you know, some timings maybe not going your way. Maybe they were. They'll keep right on going where they left off in the hard point. And the only thing you're going to worry about now, if you're Eclipse, is that 3 spree from Salty. Is that going to build into anything? Well, I'm checking his streaks, and it's not going to build into anything, because apparently nobody on planet Earth runs Hellstorm. Are you guys, like, okay? Like, you guys compete, like, all the time? I swear the players, like, just don't put the Hellstorm. I'm going through players now. I just got to make sure. Is he the only one without the Hellstorm on? Yeah, he's literally the only one without the Hellstorm. The only person on the streak. I don't know what's going on, what's in the water, but it is what it is. 2v3. Cammy and Avitus left last to try and deal with the pressure here. Shots are going to land. Is that going to be enough? It looks like you're getting just ran down here. Trades are on in. Avitus now 1v2. Quite a bit of time to work with, and he has the bomb. And look at this. The rotate potentially coming through. Mind games coming through. Avitus playing the timing well. Do you lay the rock or do you go for kills? With 30 left on the clock, I mean, you're not going to have a whole lot of time to go hunting, so you need to find one soon or lay the rock here. And look at how far deep they are here. You got Sire all the way in basketball, but this timing on the window is going to be everything here. And with that kill, he should know there's one behind him, but Sire ironing his location. He will get the job done, but good read coming through just wasn't enough. Avitus gets shut down. 2 now for Oblivion. Start this raid. We'll see if they can keep up that momentum. Yeah, this time it's not an Oblivion player not using the Hellstorm, though, so that's good. I guess that's progress. Just everybody not using them. You guys just gotta make sure you guys go into your private matches classes and fix your streaks going forward. This is everyone's reminder, your PSA right now for that. Because I've seen it twice already in 2 matches tonight. First blood going your way, but instantly traded, and it's a similar situation. This time around, again, Paragon now in the 1v3. It's Avitus with it all to do, and he is immediately pursued here. He'll get run down, and it is 3 now on the board, and this is exactly what happened in the last raid I saw with the other Eclipse team. I mean, just running it down, getting the early lead, and maybe raid is a potential veto going forward against these Oblivion teams. 3 straight, looking good doing so. And we'll see what Paragon has in response. I haven't really seen a ton out of them so far. It's come down to Avitas in some clutch situations a couple different times now, just not winning the trades off the opening break. Curious if anybody's going to pull out the boomstick or not. We saw it a little bit in that last one. Vibed going absolutely crazy. Who is it going to be this time, if anybody? It looks like no one for right now. Free fires galore. You got Jab. Throwing a smoke here. Getting active toward mid. There's a player right next to him. Oh, he's not going to clear the corner. The creddy works out, and it's the first 2 bloods going your way for Eclipse. Cammy not traded yet. He's going to get flown at Sire for the cleanup. Avitas gets 1 in the meantime, but, I mean, this guy has been in every clutch round so far. Another 1v2. Finds the timing, though. Finds the timing on the first, but the shots aren't going to connect. And now he's going to have to wrap the map, because, yeah, bomb is down. So, he's going to have to retrieve it. Just over 30. Sire going for a peek. Does he peek too far? No. Shoulder's going to come through, and now Avitas balancing on the edge of the map. That's nervy if you're over there. I'm sure I've been over there before. And now trapped between in a rock and a hard place here. He's going flying. Has the sub. 14, though. And if you're Zenith, you just got to prevent him from planting the bomb. He can't really go toward it. I don't think he has time. He might actually just have enough. Yeah, barely has enough time here. Zenith going hunting. Is he going to get here in time? The SMG's going to be out in it, or is it? It's going to be Zenith. M15 in hand, cleans it up, knows the timing window. I like the play coming through. Avitas, you know, you've been trying in these clutch situations, but it's a lot to ask for every single time. And that is why you love to get those first blood conversions. Four 0. Flips looking like the team. Oblivion looking like the org really in search so far. At least on this map. I haven't seen any other map yet, but I mean, they haven't lost a round on raid tonight, so. If they go for the 6-0 here, I'd be curious to see what an Eclipse versus Void match would look like on this map. Maybe for another day. Back toward B we go. And Jab hitting through mid. Wide open for the plant, though. They're going to try and lay this one. Jab knows they're here. You got Salty toward the window. And it's going to be a nade on the bomb planter, so opening start goes well for you. Now it's really whether you can find this player on the bomb or in Tiki here. Cammy goes for the chow, not able to find it. Dank, he's going to get out through the smoke, but it's only for a moment. Now Zenith, last one alive to try and pick it up here. Eclipse, man down for the first time the entire match. Or at least in this search, I should say. Forgot about map 1 for a moment, but Zenith spots him toward the bomb. They didn't see him. There's no way you don't see him. 37 health. You got to try and find this kill. You have to kill this guy, and you kill him, but you run out of time doing so, and Zenith somehow, some way, able to pull that one out of thin air. And I cannot believe you didn't see him toward mid. That is wild timing. Coming through, and Oblivion keeping their perfect spree alive on raid S&D. 11-0. Can they make it 12? This would be incredible. And if you're Paragon, nothing has gone right. Yeah, you might as well pull out the sniper if you're Vetus. You might as well try and do something different, because the regular strats just aren't working. He's going to be spotting 1. Does he go for the chow on the outer? He does, but he's going to get spammed. That's unfortunate. No one there to support. And he'll die for the first blood here, and you already have Spooch in your cheeks. No consent. Need to find him soon, and he's going to get lost. There's the kill. Trade is on in, 2v3. Still doable for Paragon, but unlikely. You got a couple players low here. Cammy for the trade, and now it's just Cammy for it all. 1v2 again. Player right behind him, though. He'll get cleaned up. The timing was terrible, and it's Eclipse with the sweep in the search. And I mean, Oblivion with the dominance displayed perfection in this map tonight. My goodness. Just watching cinema, apparently. That'll be the 6-0, and that'll be the 2-0 in the series for Eclipse now. And we'll see what Paragon has in the third game mode here, because I feel like, you know, as a couple of substitutes coming in for your team, this is going to be the game mode I feel like you're going to struggle the most in, so I can't really fault Paragon for losing the way, well, maybe not the way you did, but losing this map in particular. I feel like this was going to be the hardest one in the series with a lot of substitutes coming in for sure. So, you know, they tried, didn't try hard enough apparently, as it's going to be now 2-0 up. Eclipse looking to try and close it on this den here, and we'll see if they're able to do it. We'll send it to a quick break and see if IES Paragon can do the impossible. Actually, no, they're going to insta-load. Wow. I was going to send it to a break, so I thought they started the wrong map. They must have not updated. Wow, they were right on into this. I appreciate you guys for respecting everyone's time, my time included. So, no break. We're headed right on in. And if you're Paragon, you really just got to start getting the gunny going. You saw glimpses in the first map, but, you know, just some rough performances from a couple of players. I feel like Jab in particular in that hardpoint had a pretty rough one. Looking at him to turn it around here on Overload. And, you know, we see, I feel like a lot of teams where you outslay, but doesn't end up mattering in the end. And it looks like we are going to get a reset regardless here. So I am actually going to send it to a quick break. We'll be right back after this reset with map number 3. And we are back with what could be the final map in this series so far. It has been Eclipse holding strong in this series. You had the 3v4 for a short while in map number 1, and you had the 6-0 in the SND in the map number 2. What do Paragon have up their sleeve for this Den Overload? Is it going to be enough to quell all the pressure that you've been under? This is going to have to be the start of the reverse sweep, and it's going to have to be the start of, I feel like, just the gunny awakening from some of these players. I feel like having some tough performances. Called out Jab a little bit before we went to break, and we'll see if he's able to put up a good performance. Already starting hot, 3-2 here. We'll get traded, and it's going to be the 3 down. Cammy left to defend. And he might have picked the wrong site here. Sire, okay, well, throwing a smoke. That's unfortunate that we are forgetting to switch our classes. It's always something. It's always something. At least he fell off the map. He's a gentleman about it. Knew he messed up there, and it looks like we will continue. Hopefully, no reset cheese for this one, because I imagine that was fine. It's gonna be the hole coming through from Eclipse on that push. Paragon, we'll see how they respond in kind. You got somebody in your spawn, and well, that's gonna be leading to a score here. Zenith staying alive for the moment. Finally gets traded by Salty, but Eclipse doing their thing. Off the opening break here, they'll get the first one on the board. And a potential relay as well. You got 3 players to deal with. These nades over the top are going to be everything here. Are you able to deal with the pressure? Well, it helps when a teammate nades you, so that's the first one done. Now Jab, with 2 more in front of him, has Zenith behind him, and that should be a second one now for Dank and crew. And it will be, so good stuff off the reset. And you even have Sire here trying to play spoiler on that side, and, well, everybody's surrounding him, so definitely wasn't aware that the entire roster was already there. He'll get cleaned up, and it's another 3 dead. It feels like every time I go to somebody on Paragon, they're just getting waved. Eclipse doing a great job in the slaying department, and Salty, I mean, needed some help from the front here. Tag down low, and look at this cred corner from Spooch, just waiting for the wrap to come through, and that leaves Jab yet again, the lone defender, and not a whole lot he could do about that one. Just everybody there, and we might be looking at a lightning fast first half here. Already 3-0. I shouldn't say lightning fast. It was, you know, medium fast. I don't know what you would describe it. You know, like medium spicy food? I don't know. My brain is running on low capacity tonight. Speed of sound instead of speed of light. I'm just thinking of comparisons now. I'm not even talking about the game anymore, but it did pique my interest for sure. Regardless, Paragon pushing up. Avitus will get cleaned up. They don't have control of the device, and I feel like that has been the difference maker so far. Feels like Eclipse just winning the gunfights, getting control of the reset, and just having chance after chance. But this might be the opportunity now. The last guy you know is behind you. You could just run if you're Paragon here, if you're fast enough. They are hesitating quite often, though. Quite a bit here. They're not even playing the drone reset. Avitus does push up, but maybe that was for a good reason. Avitus does get taken down, but I would like to see them run that. I feel like they had the opportunity, the window to do so, but they just, I don't know, shivering in their timbers or something tonight. Usually it's the opposite problem, where teams playing too aggressive, but not play. Paragon playing a little bit too slow, and it's going to cost you. 4 dead now, and chance for Eclipse to put the final one in before we end the first half here. Dank looking for some trades. He'll get 1. Sire gets the cleanup on another, and now Zenith, with low HP, has the last 2 in front of him, and nothing to be done about that. Sire will wait. Wisely so. The entire roster is here for Paragon, and it's going to be nades landing for Jab. Second one isn't going to find a home, and it's just been chaos on the tin side of the map. Nobody really has any sort of semblance of control. Back toward mid we go. And Salty, wow. Not able to clean that one up, and it's actually still not traded. Salty wondering where he went. He's going to be the last one up now, and they're just flying at him. So what went from a potential defend might lead to another score coming through here, and it will. Just not getting the kills you need. If you're Paragon, Oblivion, Eclipse, just doing whatever they want on the map. It's going to be that 4-0 lead heading into the second, so 5 minutes now for IES to show us something other than what they have so far in this map. And it's honestly, you know, the first map was relatively close. I feel like, you know, the team's pretty even back and forth. This one has not been the case, even when Paragon has had opportunities. I feel like just playing a little bit too slow. Oblivion definitely playing with pace, playing with confidence, and they're just winning the slaying battle. I mean, you can see it all over the kill feed. Everybody positive on Eclipse, and really the only one producing right now has been Salty. I feel like Jab has had a few moments, but Avidas having an incredibly rough map, looking at him, and Cammy to step it up in the second half. Really just the whole roster, but if you can get that going, you have a chance here. First two go your way. Third one might fall as well, and that is about as good an opening break as you can ask for. You have to convert this one now. Jab off of spawn finds the last two, and that'll be the early dunk. And that'll be Paragon finally getting on the board here. Sire with a double of his own to try and slow down their efforts, but now Paragon, you know, you win the opening break, you get the score coming through. How do you deal with this second wave here? You have a chance to get something going, and they make the most of it. Another one coming through. The relay is executed well. And honestly, the fact you all die there is fine. You're going to be spawning on new. That's kind of what you wanted anyway, so. Less than a minute, already cut the deficit in half, and if you're Eclipse, you don't really want to throw this lead here, because I've seen momentum shift incredibly often on this game type in particular. I feel like it's, you know, a game of spawns. If you get that one wave, sometimes that leads to a second one. You just get spawn trapped after that. The response, though, from Eclipse, they don't let it affect them too much here. They're trying to push up the map themselves. And it's going to be the two dead. Sire, low HP with the device, trying to wiggle his way on out, but it's not going to be enough. Zenith behind them, though. Oh, he's spotted. Didn't see Cammy on the outside of the map, and that's going to be the double kill that you need coming through. Salty and crew on the flip side, looking to try and put this one in here. Avidas staying alive somehow in this scenario. And Cammy on the goal line. Can you put it in? No, you can't. You get shut down. I think he stopped sprinting or something right there. Probably could have waited a little bit longer, too. Didn't really have everybody in that play. Or if they did, but I guess they were pretty low, so couldn't really contribute a whole lot. Nice try. Wasn't enough. Reset coming on in. You got Jab with the device. Only one player to beat here. Is he going to play the patient, though? Looks like he will. Not going to spot the first. He needs to try and dip on out of here. And it looks like we have another DC coming through. What is going on with Eclipse and their computers tonight? That should lead to another cap coming through, and it will. So this is probably the most devastating game mode to have a 3v4 in. I feel like Search you can manage. Hardpoint they managed. Overload, not so much here. This is going to be tough now from Oblivion. You did it once in map number 1 without too much consequence. It did get incredibly close toward the tail end, but how do you respond in this one? I mean, this is going to be a tough couple of minutes here. They do defend the first. They have 3 players heading toward mid. It's going to be nades coming through, and Spooch pushing up. He'll leave the device behind, and I feel like this is probably a good idea. You don't really want to put yourself in a position where you're going to get caught with the device in hand, but you don't really want to be super far out of the play either, because in a 3v4, you basically have to play around the device at all times. You need to make sure it doesn't sneak on through. So you're never going to have the numbers advantage going for these trades mid-map, and Avidas and crew are going to grab it. They're going to dip on out of here, and like that, it's got to be the 2 dead. Just going to be Sire, and once you know exactly where he's at, you can just run it the other direction. Yeah, Sire, now going to be out of the play. You got Jab with the device, and he should be able to just run this one in. You only have to worry about one player, and it's dealt with. There it is. The equalizer. We're all tied up with just under a minute and a half to play now. And this gets interesting now. If you're Paragon, you've got another chance here. You're still not in the lead. You need to find another one here, and if you're Eclipse, this is a tough situation to defend as well. You really want to try and stall this one out and get your teammate back in here, but you really can't afford to give up one either, because you only have a minute left, and if he doesn't spawn in within that minute, well, it's going to go to OT at this point too, so damned if you do, damned if you don't. Wow, that timing from Salty is crazy. Gunfight's going down toward 10. So far, Spooch trying to stay alive, is peppering everybody. And look at this flank coming in from Jab here. They're both inside 10. He gets the first one. It should be a bait and switch successfully coming through. And Sire, yeah, this pinch route's not going to work. And that's what I was talking about. You can't really afford to make plays like that in the man-down situation. You're going to end up being so far out of the play, despite Sire, you know, getting a couple of kills here. That leads to a cap. And now, I mean, Eclipse, you got the 4 dead, but it's going to be spawning on the unpreferred side, and yeah, the route's coming through. They're going to know you're coming. How many gunfights can you win? Well, you're going to win the gunfights, but the drone already gone, and that's going to be the dagger coming through, and I feel bad for Eclipse. This crashing issue that they're having, costing them this map. And it's going to be Paragon with, well, the 6-4 edge in the end here. So we will need to see that map number 4, and hopefully for Eclipse's sake, they can fix the crashing issue that's happening here. Because yeah, that's the second time, and I believe it was the same player as well. Unfortunate stuff coming through, but hey, if you're Paragon, you'll take it. You'll take any sort of victory you could find right now. And even when it was a 4v4, you know, I don't want to, you know, chalk this all up to just being, you know, DC. Obviously, that's a heavy portion of it, but even without that DC, they were getting a couple of caps before he even lagged out, you know, so it seemed like they were starting to build a little bit of momentum. Maybe they could build off this heading into a map number 4, maybe not. We'll see if that's going to be the case, and hopefully we can get this guy back in the lobby here soon. So it'll be Sake Hardpoint after the break here, I would imagine. Probably not going to be any reset cheese happening, but I'm going to send it to a quick break, and we'll be right back with that map number 4. And we are back. Map number 4 underway now. It's going to be Sake Hardpoint. Haven't seen this one all day. Was excited to see the Sake Search earlier, but we didn't need to see that one. And, well, we're going to see the Sake Hardpoint in this one. And it's Paragon with the opening wave of kills clean as well. That means they're going to be able to push up, get into your spawn, be super annoying to try and track down, especially Cammy already behind you. But some sloppy shots will lead to a kill. And now the flip is potentially on. You got number 4 Spooch playing for the spawns, needs to find number 7, and he will. So a huge clutch gunfight goes your way. Spawns are going to flip, and P1 time is nice here, but P2 spawns are more important. Heads up play from Eclipse there to make it happen. Paragon still trying to push through for themselves as well, though. Salty on the outside. He'll get the initial player, but he needs his teammates to help him on out here. He's by himself, needs to buy some time, wait for them to get here, and they're on their way, but I gotta be careful in route here. You got Cammy toward the front in the gunfight. Will win the first. Actually, will lose the first. Trades the first, I should say. And Paragon now looking to try and break, and they actually do flip the spawns as well. Zenith not crashing out of the lobby just yet. Will get the first one, and hopefully he's able to stay in here the entire time. I don't want to, you know, wish that upon him, because it's been a tough series with crashing for sure, but Paragon will break. Gets that opening time, gets the break on P2 early on, and now a chance for them to soak a large chunk of time here. Vitas watching the cross toward front as well, and Cammy with the cleanup. So, with 20 seconds left, you really don't want a staggered approach pushing this on old. I feel like you'd probably just cut your losses and head toward new at this point if you're Eclipse, and Cammy looking to find a trade, but you do get the 3 dead. Potentially a 4 dead, but it will be a Vitas holding strong. P2 goes your way if you're Paragon, but Eclipse have all the space in the world for this next hill. They got to make sure they're blocking the spawns, though. They got to make sure they're not letting anybody through. And look at that. As I say that, jab spawns right behind you. You're not reading it. You're not blocking it. And I hate to say it, but that is a pretty bad mistake if you're Eclipse. And that might lead to a break here, and it will. So good stuff from Paragon. Just gifted the spawns, but you got to be careful if you're Eclipse to make sure next time around you got somebody back barrels if you're going to push out that far on P1. Now Paragon, I mean, with that mistake, could definitely cash in on the P2, P3 rotation and potentially go up over 100 here if they can lock down the rest of this. 25 left to do so, and they're looking good on this map so far. You know, maybe gifted is a strong word, but I feel like that was a pretty devastating mistake from Eclipse there. You really can't let that happen, and we'll see if they learn from that on P2 the next time around, or P3 next time around, I should say. First one's gonna drop. Cammy behind them, looking to try and get involved in the hill. Gets the first one. 5 spree for him. A couple of kills off this Hellstorm, but he can't stay alive. Decent effort from Cammy. It's not gonna be enough. And this is then the first good hold for Eclipse so far. I feel like they have a chance to really soak the remainder of this time if they could just win a couple more gunfights, but they're just struggling in that department at the moment. You got Spooch, you got Dank, having some stinkers off the reset here, and it seems like Paragon, after maybe a cheese map victory in that overload, have come out swinging onto this map pick. So we'll see if they're able to keep this going now, eclipsing that 100-point threshold, and potential for them to get the rest of this as well, because Eclipse, I mean, they're not taking a rest, they're just flooding through the front, and this is, I mean, a crossfire of death, despair, doom, destruction, all the D words. We'll see if they're able to get anything on this old here. I mean, even a little bit of scrap would be nice. P5, not exactly the hill you got to rotate to the most, but you do need to rotate. You got Cammy in the back, trying to play spoiler on somebody taking a deep route here. Maybe trying to ensure the spawns on this side. Not really exactly sure what Cammy's... Maybe he's waiting for the spawns, I guess. Potentially here. And he should get a freebie toward mid. Is that going to lead to the break? And it might. You got a Vitas on the God spot. And he'll get off. He'll get 1 for his efforts. And Eclipse having a rough start right here. Dank with a nice double. Maybe starting to heat up a little bit here. But it has been all yellow in the feed early on. 3 dead now. Paragon looking to try and cash in on this time that, you know, you didn't really rotate for, I guess you'd say, but you stayed alive in the back to try and get the spawns for. I guess you could call that a rotation. It was pretty far, but I'll call that play from Camby a quote-unquote rotation, but I feel like it's just been pretty smooth sailing from Paragon, which is not something I was expecting to see, you know, after they've struggled immensely in the first couple of maps here. Dank with a 3, though. We'll get the scrap time, but it's been just scraps here and there from Eclipse. When are they going to lock down a hill of their own? They've been struggling in every single hill so far to try and get any sort of time. And this is a good time to turn it around here. P2, P3 in this next rotation is going to be everything for Eclipse. Can you lock down any semblance of it? And so far, it has been no-go on P1. I mean, this has been Paragon's playground, apparently. They're just flying around with subs in hand, doing whatever they damn well please. Salty catches the timing on one. So they're able to find the first before he gets cleaned up, but Salty, with the force spree, just lines him up, knocks him down like they weren't even there. And Salty's spree will end at 4. Dank with a nice route yet again. Spawns are going to be a little weird here on the Pier 1, and Camby somehow able to win. A huge win from Camby there. That shuts down the rotation as well, so it goes from bad to worse. If you're Eclipse, you thought you had a chance to flip, but your dreams are going to be crushed on that front here, but you can break in from the front. They did it last time. It was short-lived. You're going to have to do it again. The setup is on. Jab lines both of them up, gets the free kill on the lineup here. Third one gonna chow. Pre-fire not good enough. Avitas and Camby trying to do what they can to clean up here, but just overwhelming pressure. Building so much, it's gonna pop. Eclipse now on the point. Looking to try and gain as much as they can here without flipping, I feel like would be ideal. But at this point, you really just need any sort of time. You can flip all day long if you can get the remainder of this, but still a 100-point gap between these rosters. Who would have thought I would be saying that Paragon 100 points up after how this series had played out so far, but they have come to play in this map, man. I mean, you're looking scary. Eclipse fumbled the bag on the P3, and Paragon have never looked back. That will be the 3 dead, though, and Eclipse now. I mean, they're in a similar situation they were in the last rotation. This time, look at where Zenith's at. Look at that adaption coming through. That's the type of stuff I wanted to see, and, well, they're doing it. Is it going to be enough, though, to hold down 460? This is still a tough hill to hold from the front. There's a lot of angles of approach, a lot of windows. Zenith in the back, able to get 2. Reloads on in. Not enough for the third one here. And the trade isn't in quickly either. Spooch does find it, but there's another one in the back you're going to have to deal with. And now the yellow arrow is converging on the hill. It's Salty and crew. They'll get the trades, and still 30 to fight for. This is dagger time. Eclipse, you have to try and fly at this. I mean, easier said than done, right? You got ARs trained on your position, and it seems like they're going to be tuck and tail, rotating toward new, and I mean, you know, I can't even really blame them. It's so hard to try and play for scrap time. But yeah, I mean, you leave Paragon basically a couple seconds of scrap time away from taking map number 4 here, so I mean, down over 100 points. I've seen crazy comebacks, especially on this map. I will say this is probably the map to mount a comeback on, just because of how the hills work. You can 60 hill after hill after hill. So if Eclipse, you know, can start winning some gunfights, lock it in here, they can make this a reality, but the way it is looking, it is all yellow in the feed, and it is all Paragon. They'll get the wave, they'll get the flip, and now it's your map to lose. Jab with a nice little 2 on a mid, looking for the third. He'll get shut down, but now just 10 away from the dub, and sending us to a map number 5 after a very unexpected result in this series. We might be going all the way, and it's going to be the double up from Avitas there. Nice pistol, 31 and 16, and this is the turnaround I wanted to see from him. He had a pretty poor map earlier in the series, and the hard point, and closing it out strong here. It's going to be the Paragon taking map number 4, and we are going to be heading all the way to that search and destroy on Den, and in a series that I probably wouldn't have, I mean, I said a second ago, I wouldn't have called this to go 5 if you told me the form that they were in after that raid. Somehow we're here. I will say, you know, a little help definitely from the Call of Duty gods, and maybe some internet issues potentially plaguing them as well, but I mean, this has been a fun one for sure. We'll see if it's gonna remain that way. I don't know, man. I feel like all bets are out the window at this point for either of these predictions. I will say, the S&D, you know, map number 2 raid, it was flawless coming through from Oblivion there. So, I mean, we're going to head to Den, and we'll see if it's going to remain flawless, and we'll see a different map in Search and Destroy at least tonight. But we're going to send it to a quick break. We'll be right back with the closer. Stay tuned. looks like we are back with map number 5 now, and we'll see, I mean, how Eclipse are gonna fare in another S&D that's not raid, or really Oblivion as an org are gonna fare in a map that's not raid on Search and Destroy. They look pretty good in both of those ones, but I don't know if it's gonna be a game type or if it's going to be a map thing in Search and Destroy. I feel like Den is kind of all over the place, and, well, this corner from Spooch, it worked in the Overload, it works again in the Search and Destroy, finds a nice freebie there. Jab looking to try and get involved. Nice shots, but just not quite enough damage in the end, and it's gonna be Eclipse opening things off. Still perfect in the round count in Search. And a good opening for them to get there. I feel like Paragon have the momentum shifting in your favor after, you know, you gotta kinda get gifted map number 3, not gonna lie. And then map number 4 goes your way after, you know, maybe some tilt coming through, potentially. I'm not sure what the comms are sounding like. But we've made it to 5, and, well, that's where Eclipse has thrived. Has been Search and Destroy. Paragon, what do you have to answer? Because in map 2, you didn't have a whole lot. I feel like you had some strats, but you just weren't able to get a lot of first bloods and just trades in general, period. So, what do you have in the back pocket for this one here? It's going to be Nade's landing. Avitus with the first one flying through is going to be Jab here to try and find another one. Pistol is going to be out, but Avitus with the double up here. So, already, numbers advantage. If you're Paragon, bomb going down here early. And this should be a conversion. If you are Paragon, it would be a first round of the series. And we're going to be playing the Shotzzy corner. Why not? Might as well. Oh no. Just absolutely no words at what I just saw. What are we doing? Do we have aim assist off? Do we have our controller unplugged? What are we doing? I don't even care if the Paragon won that round. What was that? What did I just see? I'm not letting that go. That was horrible. That was so bad. That might have been one of the worst. That was like a TJ Halley. If you guys know the TJ Halley turn on in World War II, if you know that clip, that's what that reminded me of. That was that bad. It was probably worse, actually, than that one. Wow. Okay, I'll stop talking about it, but Cammy, you got absolutely horked on, my friend. That is unacceptable. Paragon won the round, but I'm not forgetting that one for a long time. One apiece now, and I feel like Paragon, hey, yeah, I mean, you're on the board now, so. You break the curse. 3v3 now. Make it 2v2. Trades galore. Zenith low HP toward Outer is going to get ran at, and Cammy had no idea Spooch was watching his teammates Outer, and, well, Avitus might be able to do the exact same thing. They don't see him in this corner. And it might be a wrap toward B here. What a play call coming through. I don't think they saw him either, so Avitus was just playing for pure timings. I'm really surprised to see him not pop up and check something there a little sooner than he did, and that's going to allow Eclipse to rotate through. And they'll get the bomb down, so. Now Avitus, I mean, 3 spree for you. It's going to have to be the 1v2 clutch to convert this round for your squad, and we'll see if he's going to be a Booza while banging this perfectly through the wall or not. I've seen only him do that, so that area, that wall bang is just has his name on it. Oblivion, though, they do convert, so second one on the board. Oh, Los, hi. Yeah, I did go 5. And if you want to see, if anybody just joining us wants to see the worst turn on in Call of Duty history, perhaps, it's up there. Go back to the previous round. I believe it was 2 rounds ago now. It was the 1-0 round. Go back to that one and watch that round. That was insane. I still can't get it out of my mind. I'll stop talking about it now, but just for anybody new just joining us, yeah, go back and clip that, because I'm literally speechless. Pressure, though, toward A this time. This pinch is going to be everything coming through here, I feel like, from Spooch. If you spot this first one, this could be the round. And he does. Gets the first one. Is the trade going to be in? Will it be in? And it is, but it's just going to be Jab. He finds the trade, but a lot of work to be done. Smoke's going to be dropped, and oh my god, Jab almost fallen off the map. Checking the bomb. Is it going to be in time? And, well, the timing is horrible, so good retake. Eclipse. Thanks to Dank with the 3. We'll get their second in a row here and get that gap up to 2 now. I feel like that 2-round gap is everything in Search and Destroy. It gives you a little bit more confidence and wiggle room to play with. We'll see how Paragon answers back. They have been struggling in Search this entire series, but they did show signs of life in a couple of rounds here. We'll see if they're able to convert here. Avitus, after an incredible HP in that last one. See if he has that takeover potential. And I mean, Cammy, I hate to keep harping on him on the donut right now. Got absolutely world starred. We'll see if he's able to recover. It's not easy, but it has to be done here. Jab getting involved early on here. He just sends it in there. Unfortunately, the entire roster was there. Salty, though, from the side door gets another trade, and he's going to get flown at. Zenith for the finisher here, and now Zenith for another one. He'll close out the round there. And it's going to be Eclipse up to 4 early on here. Good stuff from Zenith. Rocking one of my favorite camos as well, so that's plus points for me, Zenith. That is probably one of my favorite camos in the entire game there, if not my favorite. Well, who else has good camo? Let's do camo. Little camo check real quick. Everybody has their knife out, so it's kind of hard to tell, but Sire's got, you know, mastery camo, cool. I think that's mastery camo too, cool. It's hard to tell. Everybody's got just like default stuff on. But alas, I digress. Back to B we go. Nades are gonna land, trades are gonna land, and it's gonna be Paragon pushing pace toward 10. Cammy with an important first one on the board on the pitch there, so huge for confidence, huge for the round. Gives you the numbers advantage, and now puts Eclipse in an awkward situation. Do you play for the bomb, or do you play for these kills on the OE? And they're gonna play for the kills, but Zenith gets wallbanged to death, and it's gonna be the firing squad. 4-2 now. Paragon, a much-needed answer back in that one. You lose that round, that might just be the game. And Cammy with 2 in the rounds, you know? Started off on the donut. World star beyond belief. Gets a couple of kills on it under his belt. And now maybe the confidence starting to flow here. Are you able to get involved? Are you able to push the pace? And get the trades early on? It was a good offense, but we'll see how you respond, because Oblivion, I feel like, have excelled on offense in particular, just at pushing pace, getting the trades very fast. And it's been Paragon struggling to respond. We saw that on the raid. We've seen it a little bit already on the dead. And it's going to be another fast A. They've been prioritizing this bomb site heavily. Cammy is out of there. Wants no part of this. Nades, not going to find a home. Dank. Will he have more luck on this frag? And it looks like it's going to be a little off the mark on the timing window. Sire toward outer. Cooking prime and nade as well. Does that find a home? No, too far on that one. Chow's denied. First blood going through. Cammy towards side door. Looking to try and get involved as well. Zenith with the answer back here. 3v3. And it's going to be a 2v3 now. Zenith with a huge double kill. And out of nowhere, Paragon needs a new lease on this round, and they're not going to find it. Oblivion. Eclipse. 1 round away now from taking the series. They have fought tooth and nail in a series where, I mean, let's be real, kind of some bullshit going on. Some bad luck, and really, a series that probably could have ended a while ago has extended to this point. Can you finish it? Couldn't clip the worst turn of your life? Well, go back in the VOD and clip it. It's there. Trust me, it's the 1-0 round. You'll find it. Match point. Paragon. What do they choose? They choose to run down mid. They will get the trade. That got incredibly close here. Could have been a lineup. And it's going to be Dank. Are you the hero or are you the fool? The trades go down, and it's going to be favoring Eclipse here. Now it's just Avitus. 1v1 now. He finds the first, the turn, the burn, and it's Avitus. Clutching up when you need him most. Getting the third on the board. And some nice shots to send us further into this search than probably should have been required. Just W movement coming through. The slide down and then the back. That was just clean. It was just clean movement coming through. The slide into the back strafe. And Paragon will survive, but it's going to have to be 3 more in a row. You're not out of the woodwork yet. You still have to try and shut down Oblivion on offense, and that has been a task you have not managed to do very often. And it's going to be a rinse and repeat. This time, it's from the purple side. They're going to be showing them how it's done here. Pushing down mid aggressively. Nade's going to land. Spooch absolutely slammed with that one here. You got Cammy and Warning. You got Jab toward mid-map. He's going to get cleaned up for the first, but guess who's behind you? It's Salty. He gets the answer back quickly here, and now Cammy in prime position to shut down the round. He gets a double for his efforts. And Paragon still alive and kicking. You've let them fester. They have arrived. Starting to gain some confidence here. You shut down an all-important offense that Eclipse have been so good at this series. Still 2 rounds. And Eclipse, the more rounds you wait, the more daunting this becomes, the more nerve-wracking it can be. It's Zenith with 12 right now. Is that going to be enough? You need to make sure you'll win this round. If it goes 11, all bets are off, and Avitus, if he gets a couple of kills here, potential Hellstorm prospects here in the round 11. It's off the mark here, Paragon. Going for some early wall banks. That's going to force out the nades in response. Sire having maybe a tough map. Looking to try and find the first blood. And Paragon not moving an inch here. They are slow playing the ever-living crap out of this route. They do not want to give away first blood. They know how important this offense is. This could be for the game. Salty toward outer. Avitus pushing up. Clearing mid-cut. Not going to spot anything. There's still 2 players here, and there's no presence toward A either, so the wrap back, if it does happen, it's going to be super late in this round. You're not going to have a whole lot of info here. With that spot, though, it should be the go time. It's only Dank here. He'll back down. Pressure from mid. Sire gonna land with the stun. Wish he would have kept that nade for later in the round, and he almost gets picked here. Salty in the corner. Still a 4v4. Still the bomb has not been planted. You just need to be able to push forward. Salty for the first one. Backs down. Slides. Chows. Guns. 2v4 now. Sire and Spooch left to do it all. And now just Sire. 1v2. Bomb down. He might get a freebie here, but it's not to be. The trade is through. 3 in a row for Paragon. Map 5, round 11. Who would have thought it would have come to this? And if Paragon win this, you gotta be thinking about some of the issues through this series. Should have been a clear-cut, decisive victory for Oblivion. But it might not. It might be Paragon stealing it away from you. 1 round to decide it all here, and it's going to be Paragon back again on the offense, and I feel like this is going to favor them. They've been struggling to shut down the defense, put them on the offense, see what they're going to be working with here, and it's another slow approach toward B. This time the nades are going to land. The tags are going through with so much damage. Not going to find a home. And this time, Sire thinking about pushing forward, but they've been playing this so slow. This is so risky to go for. They're not really watching this either. Jab's playing an angle to where he's not going to see this. And it's going to come down to number 5 in the corner here. Do you check it or do you not? You check it and you dip on out of here. And he keeps his life, most importantly. They know they're all here. They got them pinched in the back, but can you win the gunfights? And it's going to be Sire again falling for the first blood. 4 and 10, having an abysmal map number 5. Going for more than he can chew there, and it's going to lead to Paragon pushing the pace. They're pushing forward so aggressively here on this one. They're going to get another one. Dank trying to wiggle out with his life, and it just leaves Zenith, the man, the myth, the legend, with 12 on this search. Might just crumble. It's going to have to be the 1v3 for the victory now. And Zenith, oh, he's going to narrowly avoid that, and he finds a timing window, but can't convert the gunfight, and it's Paragon somehow able to pull off that one. 5-2 down, doesn't matter. They win 4 straight rounds. And they will win the series in one of the most interesting series I've casted in a while. What a performance. What a series of Call of Duty there. I'm not sure if all of that is going to stand or not. That's really not for me to determine, but I'm just here to cast some Call of Duty, and my God, what a match. Those last two maps, or especially that map, were absolutely incredible. Wow. Crazy series of events, and I mean, we'll take a quick look at how it played out here. It went all the way down to round 11 in an unlikely circumstance, but you see how it started. I mean, a close HP to start things off. Oblivion, with that crash, got it done in the end, and they took a dominant raid S&D victory, so it was looking like all wind in their sails. They were able to, take this one comfortably. Then we head to Overload. Oblivion, you start the first half, you're up 4-0, and then, slowly but surely, Paragon, they started mounting some pressure. They had a couple of caps in a row, and unfortunately, that was kind of the map that determined this whole thing. I feel like the lag out happened in map 3, and Oblivion Paragon were able to capitalize off that happening. And then heading into Sake, it was a different look from Paragon. Since then, they absolutely slammed on that Sake HP, and just when I thought Oblivion were able to make it happen in Search and Destroy, map 5, Paragon come roaring back, and they absolutely iced up into the end here. One incredible series, just insane set of circumstances. I feel bad for the Oblivion boys that issue's happening, but I mean, you can't end the game all the time for stuff like that. It is what it is. I mean, it's online COD at the end of the day. I don't know, maybe you could argue with some admins or something. I don't know. That's beyond my pay grade, though. But I appreciate y'all coming out tonight for the doubleheader in this one. The double Oblivion matches. I wasn't even planning on doing the second one, but here we are late in the night doing some casting. And I will be back tomorrow. If you guys are interested in watching some more Call of Duty action, I will be on the Zoned Out Gaming main stage starting at 8:30 Eastern with another doubleheader as well. So if you guys are interested in watching that, go on over toward the main channel tomorrow. But until then, I will see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. We'll see you later.
Every day they clocking me, red alert, I'm the dangerous, I keep that clock on me. And they ain't looking for no choke, I'm just looking out for me. Cause I done did shit, the niggas ain't talking about no rapping beat. Boy, I'm talking tragedy, massive, casualties. Shit that I can't even remember, bet they remember me. Shit that happened late in December, I bring that winter heat. Niggas dying the whole October, the real Halloween. Back to back funerals, it's them or us, it's him or me. Don't get booked cause ain't no bomb money, we doing this shit for free. If he told that ain't my homie, that little nigga weak. If I miss ain't going to sleep, I'm in the street, we play for keys. 2011. August 11, R.I.P.O.D. August